Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Hello and welcome to this video. I hope everyone's doing well. I'd like to give a big thanks to all the people that watch the videos, subscribe, leave comments, like, and all that good stuff. Your efforts do not, they get noticed. They do not get looked over. They get noticed. I'm not always in the position to give direct thanks or make comment just due to the schedule of my life, but just know that I do see them, I do appreciate it, and thank you very much. I also like to thank all the people that do, other people that do Gen X content. Thank you, it's cool. I enjoy it. Also to the just content creators in general. Thank you very much, and your effort, what you do is great. A variety of things, not all good, not all bad, just it's out there and it's good. It's great for improving people's awareness of things. With all that being said, let's get into this video. I want to first start out by saying that I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of videos, just boom, 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 boom. So I don't know when, like this one and all the videos I'm going to be doing just real quick or real close to each other. I don't know when they're going to post, because what I'm doing is I'm building up kind of a buffer for the holidays, because once we get past Halloween and we get into Thanksgiving time and Christmas time and stuff, I'm anticipating that I'm not going to have the time to do videos. So I'm going to try to get a cushion built so I can go up and on the Tuesdays and Thursdays upload my Gen X videos, and on Sundays upload my rabbits videos. So we're you know, that's so. The reason why I'm telling you this, there's going to be some times when the weather is going to be not so good, or stormy or rainy, and there's going to be a video post that's going to be, you know, kind of sunny and warm, short sleeves and stuff. That's because of this buffer for the holidays. Something that I've been wanting to talk about is idealism. Idealism in and of itself is not a bad thing, as long as there's room for acknowledgement, room for other ideas to help further the ideas, and or maybe correct a course correction in a particular ideology. And it goes, now it's when this idealism or this ideology becomes so entrenched, so ingrained that there's no room for change or revolution, is when it becomes bothersome, when it becomes a problem. So yeah, it's And I don't think anyone who is ingrained so deeply in an ideal or an ideology that it stops evolution of those ideas, of those ideologies, if that's when it becomes dangerous. The people that do this, from what I've seen, from what I've read, are a minority. They're not the majority of the people. It's just they're the most vocal. I recently watched a documentary on HBO called The Insurrectionist Next Door. And it's very illuminating because the people that are interviewed in this documentary were all people that participated in the January 6th incident, that were convicted and did time. What's amazing is the cross-section that the people that were chose for this documentary. It's not all white men, all white heterosexual men. There's a homosexual man, a Latino man, your stereotypical white redneck, and it's this vast cross section, and most, if not all of them, take responsibility for their actions, which that kind of surprised me. That kind of intrigued me. They don't blame the government. They don't blame the justice system. They acknowledge what they did was wrong, and they acknowledge that a lot of it was this herd mentality, this oh, everyone else is doing it, so I'm going to do it too thing. That doesn't justify or give them any reduction in taking responsibility. And that's one of the things that I found really good in this documentary is none of the people interviewed tried to push the blame to anyone else. They were like, look, we did this, we messed up, we were held accountable. And most of them acknowledged that the sentence they got was appropriate to what they did. However, they did, even though all the ones in the documentary still support Donald Trump over the Republican Party, their views and their beliefs have evolved. They understand that this dogmatic belief, this dogmatic belief system, these ideas, they got caught up in it, and what happened happened. There's a couple of them that are like, yeah, I'd do it again. And I respect that. I don't agree with them. I don't agree with what they did or how they did it. But I respect them for doing what they did, accepting responsibility for what they did, and retaining the belief in what they did. I respect it. Doesn't mean I like it. Doesn't mean I agree with it. It means I respect them. They're even though their beliefs and their way of thinking evolved, they still have their belief system. Now, the ones that said, yeah, I'd do it again, I'm not real sure. I think if presented in the same situation, knowing what they know now, I think they may second guess themselves. They may rethink it. So yeah, it's, you know, despite what they're saying, it's just the way their body posture when they say it, the tone of voice, the expression on their face. Yeah, they're saying, yeah, I'd do it again, and they get this big smile. But that smile is tempered with doubt. So yeah, they may be hyperbolic when they say it, or they may actually believe that they would do it again. But like I said, they're just general body posture, the look on their face, tone in their voice gives you this sense of doubt. The person doing the interviewing in the documentary, in my opinion, there's a couple times I think she stepped over the line as far as being impartial and doing a documentary, but that's my opinion. So yeah, that's, like I said, that's my opinion. And it's a really good documentary. If you have the means to do it, I would strongly suggest checking it out regardless of whatever political views you hold. Whatever political views that you cherish. I think it's a very good documentary for everyone from the extreme far left to the extreme far right. Everyone should give this documentary a go. I mean, the people in it, I don't know, it's in a lot of ways it hits too close to a lot of the people that I know locally. And you see these people, but you know a guy just like that down the street, or you know a guy just like that across town, or you know a guy like that that goes to your favorite restaurant or works at your favorite restaurant or whatever. And the documentary gives us this view of how, even separated by hundreds of miles, that we're not as isolated as we think we are. Our things are good, not good, that certain ideas, certain beliefs do carry across borders, state borders, because I'm talking primarily about the United States. So when I say borders, I'm referring to state borders. That you have people in Texas, Louisiana, Georgia, Alabama, Florida, Mississippi, South Carolina, North Carolina, Kentucky, Maine, New York, California, Oregon, Washington State, and everything in between. That certain ideas and certain beliefs are consistent. Now, whether you agree with them or disagree with them, that's cool. That's your opinion, you're allowed your opinion. And as long as you're not encouraging other people to harm or hurt other people, or going at yourself and harming and hurting other people, you're free. You should be allowed to express it peacefully. Whether it's 500 people dressed up in bed sheets, or 500 people wearing black, black from head to toe. Doesn't matter. If you do it peacefully, you should be able to express those views, express those opinions. And I don't have a problem with it, because free speech isn't free speech unless you allow ideas that contradict your own or against your own ideas to be heard. Both political parties, both of the major political parties in America, have this idea of you have freedom of speech as long as it's approved. That's not freedom of speech. And I don't care left or right. I don't care if you're banning books, banning words, banning stuff like that. It's still wrong. The concept of, I may not agree with you, but I will fight to my last breath to defend your right to say it, is something that was ingrained into me starting at a very young age. And it's something I hold dear to myself. Because sometimes, actually a lot of times, if you get two people that have opposing beliefs, ideas, ideologies, that can sit down and discuss their point of view calmly, rationally, fact-based, and a lot of times they will come to a mutual understanding, and in some cases they will combine the strengths of their opinions and form a third opinion, which takes the strengths from whether it's this side or that side, and they bring them together and they build on the strengths and disregard the weaknesses. And that leads me into another thing, is in order for that to happen, you have to educate people. You have to be inclusive. You have to be understanding. You have to be able to hold two opposing ideas in your brain as right. And that might sound counterintuitive, but it's a good first building block, good first building step to get this going. And there is a reason why Donald Trump said he loved the uneducated. Because, and it's not a compliment, because the uneducated are easy to sway, they're easy to manipulate, and you can convince them to do things that are detrimental to society and walk away from it. So yeah, anytime somebody is applauding the uneducated, they're not complimenting the uneducated. It's just a simple fact of life. So I'm going to let these thoughts bounce around the little brain for a while. You don't have to devote a whole lot of gray matter to it, but it's something to think about. When you see something that stands 180 degrees out of your belief system, just sit back and wonder. And maybe talk to the people, try to understand, and maybe you can come to a commonality, a common ground, a common belief system. That's how we grow. And without growth, you get stagnation and death. So, until next time, everyone, peace.
Hey, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?